Thanks, babe. You see the numbers moving? I think it's good.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah. We're
back. So we're back. Cheers. New location again. Actually, but it's not even a new location. It's just a different part of camp.
Right.
Which is, we got a beautiful blue sky today.
It's Sunday. So. It is gorgeous. It's the best day we've had all weekend.
No
so
wind.
We're like, we're not going home. Let's go somewhere beautiful in the campground. Let's film. Let's enjoy the afternoon and go home later. So.
Right.
Originally, I had a ham taken out for supper.
Oh, that's right.
I said, Quincy, take out the ham because he got home early this morning. He took out the ham. I'm going to do ham and stale potatoes. I don't want to do that on a work night.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't
it's so much work. I'll do it tonight. And then the sun happened, and I was like, take out sausages, order a pizza. I don't know. Do something because I don't know when I'm going to be home.
Yeah, and it's... You know, and we always try to prolong the week too. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know we have to get up and work tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I just want to prolong the week as long as we possibly can. And because, look at,
I know. I'm going to be sunburned.
We actually have no clouds in the sky today, which is amazing to see a beautiful blue sky.
It is.
I'm very grateful.
I don't know how hot it is, but yeah,
Dude, it's. I don't know where we're sitting. I think it's super hot. I don't know.
My phone may or may not overheat. So if this episode is cut short, that is why, because it's out in the direct sunlight. Someone should take a picture of our setup.
Yeah, look,
we are.
Jen, I'll do it.
See, there we go. We are the best at wingding.
We improvise. We record on the go
with the phone. So we've been waiting because, like we talked about in episode 14, my friend Laura she's agreed to come on and do an episode with us, and she's mom life. You guys will all relate to this. First night she fell asleep, and then she's like, "I'll be good in about half an hour. I gotta put the last kid to bed."
And I forgot to ask you what happened when you talked to her.
100%. We both said the same thing. She's 3 hours ahead of us in Alberta, so she totally fell asleep. Next night, she's like, "I'm good to go. Something else happened." I said, "The stars aren't aligning. It's fine."
Oh, it was me.
For what you do, we're not forcing that episode because nothing will happen the way that it's supposed to.
And it's meant to happen when it's meant to happen with that type of guest, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stars kind of have to align. And I woke up yesterday morning in the trailer, which normally, actually all the time, I'm not even I love our trailer because we put we got a RV sized mattress for the trailer, which was a nice Sealy one or whatever, because we both, bad backs, uncomfortable.
Sleep is important.
But we both used to be super heavy and we needed something good, and we're not heavy anymore. But now we're like, okay, now we have that memory foam on top of the mattress. So it's super comfortable. But for some fucking reason yesterday morning, I woke up and I can't move my head to the left. And I still can't. I can go this far now. But if when you hurt a muscle or whatever, you twitch the wrong way and you're just like, ow.
It almost numbs, or it sends that pulsing.
But it goes down this arm. So we were going to record yesterday and we had our gummies. We were ready to go. But I was just fucking grumpy all day because I'd been in so much pain all day.
We were going to do mini clips of our garden adventures because shit is sprouting, guys. Things are actually growing.
Yeah, it's actually super cute. So for Stacy watching Jen's garden adventure,
and Sarah, it's growing, guys.
She's going to post those pictures on the Facebook page.
So she was broken yesterday. So they released that early. Today, my cousin came out with her grandson, and I love this because I didn't have this growing up where you can just cousin time. Cousins are your best friends. They always say that, right?
All the time, yeah.
So being in Saskatchewan, I didn't really have that. Most of my family was in BC. And family ingrained in us has always been important.
Yeah.
But I'd see them once a year or whatever. I just didn't have the bond that I've ever wanted to have with them. I didn't know them. They were close. I was jealous. Sadly, I was jealous of their relationships and stuff. Anyways.
And Lori's fucking awesome.
A bunch of them, and my Aunt Penny. So a bunch of them have started moving closer and wanting to spend time. And Lorianne, my cousin, she brought her grandson with her. We had so much fun. He had so much fun. He made a friend. It was amazing. And she just was like, I never want to feel like I'm overstepping. And I'm like, oh my God. If you're waiting for an invitation in my house, you're not going to get it because it's open.
And she can stay in our bunkhouse too.
She's figuring that out now. So
yeah, she's fun to be. She doesn't need to go, sleep in her car or You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
roll up and say, I decided to come out this weekend. Cool.
Right.
We will find.
Well, now
Right? That's right. Emma just said, "Who's got room
who's
for
got
me?"
room
We
for
all
me.
do.
Always,
There,
always.
yeah. We all have room. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of out here.
So today she wanted a coffee this morning, and I usually have a Keurig and a drip. Like, I don't have a fancy.
You have a Keurig, like a pod one?
Yeah, I even have pods in my shed.
You do? Fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I could have been having coffee at your house this whole time.
Well, at one point,
I can bring pods.
I have no idea where it is.
I can bring pods.
Haley said maybe Mike brought it home because
interesting.
I don't know. Anyways, the pods are there. I couldn't find this coffee pot. She's like, maybe it's in the house. So I went in the house, and we mean trailer.
Yeah.
But I'm such a blonde idiot, and I shouldn't have done this. But you know, we usually pull our golf cart up to the trailer and plug it in. Well, Haley's parked too close. I couldn't get it through, and we had family and friends. There was really nowhere to drive the golf cart, so I parked it in golf cart parking, and I drug the cord as close as I could to the golf cart to charge it. Here's my mistake: when you make something unsafe, bad shit's gonna happen.
Safety first, Jen.
It's 100% Final Destination. Like, I'm setting the shit in motion myself.
Why would you even say that?
Because I knew all last night. I kept sipping. It was this big. He's got these.
So you knew what was going to happen. You already predicted the outcome.
I knew it was going to happen.
So why did you continue? See,
I was super careful last night when I was drinking.
But you weren't watching your universe signs. And you saw them, and you chose to ignore them.
No, here's the thing. I needed my golf cart to be working.
I know.
And so I needed it plugged in because it was dying on the way back. Kaylin and the kids pushed us back from the garden. It was dead.
Oh my God. And Kaylin, shout out, buddy. I mean, Kaylin and the girls, and we're talking Brooklyn and her friend, 12-year-old girls, and Brooke for that, or Sophie for that matter, pushed this golf cart from where it died to where they live. It was no easy feat, okay? Like, it was at least a kilometer.
And it wasn't like where you're just gently keeping the idle. It wasn't idling. They were pushing.
And it was making the sound, and her edible had kicked in, and she was laughing so hard at the sound it was making. She's like, listen to it.
So I wanted my cart working for today, because in case I wanted to take Mason anywhere, like, I wanted to have it working. So I plugged it in, but the cord wasn't really like, it barely reached.
Right.
So I draped it across the stairs and down across the lawn. That was the shortest route to get it plugged in, to actually be plugged in to charge. But my husband's got, like, manly extension cords where the plug-in's this big. Why do you need a cord this big?
It takes a fucking wrench to pull it
big
out.
Ball on your... They're heavy-duty extension cords, maybe, apparently. I don't know.
Somebody on the other end to pull the other part for you to get them apart.
So I stepped down onto this ball, and then so my foot went like this, and then I went like this.
Is that what happened this morning when you fell out of the trailer?
I fell out of my trailer. Lorianne looked over at me. She said my feet were tucked under me like this, and I was like,
down the stairs though, like Haley did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I caught myself on the railing. So
okay.
So my legs
so it could have been disastrous, actually.
I could have snapped.
It could have been really bad.
I could have. My feet were like this, and I was down, and I was like trying to catch myself. I saw myself going because I stepped on it, and my ankle went down, and this one was already going down, which is why I skinned the whole top layer of my feet, like, look all the way across my toes. So I was like, she said, what do you need? What do you want? Should I pick you up? Should I? She's like, do you want me to leave you alone?
Oh, God. Yeah, I need to breathe first,
I've
man.
fallen down the stairs like a year ago. I think I posted on our Facebook page, you guys, about it. But I always was like, how are parents so damn clumsy and falling all the time? Like, how does grandma fall and break her hip? Fuck, I'm only 45, and I'm falling more. I wasn't even drinking. Like, it was first thing in the morning trying to make a coffee. I'm like, thanks, Lorianne. Like, you... She's like, it's all my fault. If I didn't ask for a coffee, I was like, no. So I made drip coffee, but I needed about half an hour to, like...
And you know what's funny about you falling? Well, it's not funny, but it kind of is, because falling's funny. As long as you're okay at the end of the day, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, remember I told you guys, too, when I fell at Carol's off her deck a few weeks ago, and I had this awful... She texted me when I was in Vegas, and she goes, hey, when you fell off my deck, did you lose your glasses? I was like, yeah. She just texts back. Oh. She's like, I have them. So I've been looking for these red readers everywhere because they're my favorite because they're red and I like these ones. And so I stopped by there on the way to your place earlier and she handed me, like, there they are. They fucking fell off my head and she just found them a few days ago. So yeah, we fall all the time. I mean, Billy's just, oh, Lord have mercy.
Like, what is going on with the unit? Did we tip a little bit on the axis?
Do you know what I did at work? This is actually the perfect time to segue into this, is because, so get this. It goes with clumsy. I'm at work, and my cubicle is beside one of my coworkers that trained me, and then our manager. So, and they're cubicles, so you stand up and you're like, hey. But so they can hear everything. Do you know how hard it is for me to talk in my customer service voice because I've been working at home for fucking 6 years? When I answer, I'm like, thank you for calling, Amy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, thank you for calling me. I can't see this. And I don't even know who I am. It's so trippy. But they can hear.
You have your like 1-800 voice.
Yeah, it's like my 1-800 text line voice or something. It's so weird. But I stood up to put my leg under my chair, how you would do if you're uncomfortable in an office chair.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do that. As I do that, this leg swings over for me to compensate. This leg goes into my garbage can and gets stuck. So now, I'm stuck in my garbage can. I'm in a government call center. I have to be quiet. And I'm like,
oh my God.
They can hear the garbage can bouncing off the cubicle. And I'm like, ow, what's going on? Ow. All of a sudden through Teams, are you good? What's going on over there? I'm like, I'm stuck in my garbage can and my leg's under my butt and I'm stuck in my chair. All of a sudden, I hear the lady beside me. She starts laughing so hard. She can't take her calls. I can hear her tears flowing down her face. My manager's pissing herself. It was ridiculous. It was so like, but that's how clumsy we are. And they're like, are you okay? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. And then that night I went to pool and bar chairs, pub chairs have that ring around the bottom or whatever where you can rest your feet.
Yeah.
Well, I put my foot in that part where you can link it through. And I didn't realize that
she all dried off now?
I didn't realize.
Oh, careful, you're going to be in view.
There's Emma, everybody.
We're not even at 60,000. She's like that guy.
She's got to dunk the dog.
What show was that on the
Wilson? That's what Emma said. She's Wilson. You guys just got a glimpse of her, and that's all you're going to get.
You got Wilson,
So
Emma.
I'm sitting there. My foot's in. Now, I didn't realize these chairs were top heavy, as am I. I'm not exactly a delicate fucking flower. So I fall forward into Dale, who saves me. But now my foot's still stuck in there. As I try to brace my fall, I twist my back.
My back's
and now
too.
I'm like, and I'm supposed to play 2 matches that night for Dale.
Oh, man.
I said, I don't even know if I can play the match I have coming up now.
She's wearing her sweatpants. I love that. You totally said that. Emma would be wearing them before you knew it. I literally gave them to her Friday.
They're more Emma than they are me, and I'm okay with that. I got them because
I made them with that design for Emma. She asked for it. Can you have the logo on one side? And wouldn't it be cool if Zero Fucks Giving was down the other side? Is someone out here? Oh, hi.
We don't know who that is.
We wave at everyone.
But anyways, that's the end of the clumsy story. Did you have how was your week? Like, we didn't even get into it. Well, we kind of got into our weeks.
Right.
Did anything exciting happen this week or something annoying or
No, but you know what I was thinking? Remember when I texted you about the show that we used to watch growing up? So don't say the name.
Okay.
So, hey,
shout out to my sister after this.
Going back to reality TV.
Yeah.
And here's our shout out to Neil. You were right. We were wrong. The Real World was the first. And she's caught up. So this is what I love. People are like, what's Zero Fucks Given? Or we'll be like, oh, we talked about that on our podcast. Even today with Lorianne, we're like, we got to go. We got to start talking. Like, this is stuff that we talk about all the time anyways.
Yeah, why are we recording right now? We have to go.
So we talk about just all the random things that no one else wants to talk about or chooses to talk about. We think it's fun. Anyways, we were talking about reality TV. And careful, it's probably tingling.
No, I laughed and it pissed it off.
So the Real World is the first reality TV. Shout out to Neil. Thank you
Unless
for
somebody
watching
else
us.
can find us. Hey, look, I'm sending out
Find
the vibes. If you think you know there's a reality show before the Real World, I want to know what it is.
Let's figure it out together because it wasn't a thing. It was like taboo, but
No.
it was so cool. I remember Osbourne's and everything. But for me, Jersey Shore is pivotal. Like I watched ever since they first
Fucking love
moved
that
into
show
that
so
house.
much.
And I'm connected
We've
to
watched them grow up. They're
been
like our
through
children.
all their journeys. And this is what I love. The heartaches, the fighting, the drinking, partying, peeing behind the bars, right down to mental health, jail, childbirth, infertility, you name it. This show has
Like
covered
all
of it.
losing your best friends and getting them back.
All of it.
Like Jersey
It's
Shore is the
just
shit.
like it's like that show. It reminds me of that show because that show was ahead of its time. And maybe you'll recognize this. The girl, bleach blonde hair with the spiky hair, the guy with the band, and the
Hang on.
we watched it growing up.
I just want to say the backstory to this is Jen texted me, and now this is another shout out to my sister Stacy because Stacy texted me. She won't even Google it. Like the fact that you didn't even Google it cracks me up because Stacy doesn't even Google it.
No, I did Google it,
and you didn't get an answer.
No, not
That's
the one
insanity.
I wanted. That's why I asked you. I knew you would know.
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, I literally spent the last 20 minutes looking for this answer, and I know
so
Steph
crazy.
knows it.
And Stacy wouldn't even Google it. She'll just text me or call me right away, and she'll be like, "Okay, who was that lady in that movie?" And there was that song, and it was like in the early '80s, and I'm like, boom, boom. So that's why people do this to me. I just remember, I retain the most useless information. This is why I'd be good on Jeopardy. I mean, for these types of things.
Right.
But anyways, now you go on with yours. So your description was teenage kid.
The spiky hair. It happens in the school. There's like all the school drama, but the teenage drama, like pregnancy and stuff, that was way ahead of the time. They talked about shit no one talked about.
And it took me how long to text you back? Like what, 4 seconds?
5 seconds. Degrassi Junior High. I was like, that is it. Degrassi Junior High.
I'm like, how does she not even remember that?
It is my relation.
Ooh, they're gonna get a hashtag on that one.
They're gonna get a relation to Jersey Shore. In my mind, they've gone through a lot of life things that we can relate to and that not a lot of people talk about.
For sure. Yeah.
Like mental health, infertility, with Sammy going through her shots, and like all these different things. Oh, Haley's back.
And Nova went right past Casey and didn't even give her any attention, so that's good.
Hi, baby.
Nova still wants to play with Casey, and Casey's that old lady that's like, get the fuck off my lawn.
Haley got into a bathing suit. Yeah, exactly. So I totally... Like, we were watching.
But you know what? I am honored. But wait, I'm honored that you actually texted me and you knew to ask me that because
I knew you'd know.
I'm really proud of the fact that I know all of this useless information.
I Googled it for 20 minutes.
I can't believe you didn't find that on Google. That's shocking to me. That's shocking.
Literally, I can show you on my phone. I'm like, I looked in all the like childhood shows from the 90s, childhood shows from the 2000s. Like, what fucking era was it that I can't find?
You know what you should have said? I got it. You know
Happened
what?
in a school. No, girl was speaking.
I got
there
it.
was a boy in
I
the
got
band.
it. This is how you Google that. Canadian show.
Oh, see, I didn't know it was Canadian.
Canadian show.
Of course it was.
About a spiky haired girl that got pregnant in a school setting. And you know what? Let's do it. Hang on. Let's see.
Yeah, so true though.
Because
I love that show. I love that show. Like that was to me, that was almost like reality TV.
Okay, here we go.
It was relatable information for the age that I was at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Okay, here we go. Canadian show from the 80s with teenagers and a girl with spiky hair who gets pregnant that is set in a school. What is it called?
I didn't know the name of it, and I was trying to figure
it
out. First one up,
1989, Degrassi Junior High. All you had to say was Canadian, and it would have popped up.
I didn't know it was Canadian. Of course,
it was the worst acting ever.
Oh, it was, but it was a great show.
But it was so good because it informed us.
It talked about all the things that no one wanted to talk about in life.
It was the after school. It was, you know what
it was? The Maury Povich of reality TV.
It was our after school reality show because at the end of the day, were our parents around in the 80s? No, the fuck they weren't. So Degrassi Junior High taught us what our parents were working. Yeah. So that's what we watched. And Jerry Springer.
I loved like Maury. What else was there? Yeah, Young and the Restless.
I still watch
Everyone
that.
watched Days of Our Lives. I used to watch Wheel of Fortune.
Well,
I liked Montel better than Oprah. And I did kind of get into Dr. Phil-ish, but
I love Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
I love Dr. Phil now. He's a badass.
Yes.
He's a badass.
He's just got such a great grasp of life. His wife has gone into every filming and walked off with him hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like, how special is that? His kids are very, like, doing well in life in their adventures.
I love all of that family.
And he's very smart.
Look at the dog.
I used to like the ones where he would go on Oprah and be like the doctor part of it. You know what I mean? But even Celebrity Rehab, like, do you remember shows like that?
Oh, God. Yeah, but those are still early 2000s.
I know.
Like, if you think back to the 80s, and we're only 5 years apart, so it's not like it's that much. But if you think back to the 80s, do you remember watching Hammy Hamster?
No.
What the fuck? Are you serious? The hamsters that would get in a little bell and go into the bottom of the pond? Michelle's like, yep, I know Hammy fucking Hamster.
No, but I watched...
What about Hercules with Toot? Oh, come on.
No.
Really?
I'm from, like, the Brave Little Toaster era.
Brave Little...
Brave Little what?
Brave Little Toaster.
What's the one, the dinosaur one with Petey?
Wait.
Land Before Time. It was the Land Before Time.
What year were you born?
79.
Yeah, my sister's 78, so you should know all of these things.
I don't know Petey's. I don't know Hammy's. We weren't allowed to watch TV. We watched Sunday Disney, like Disney at night, your Disney Channel at 6 o'clock. And then it was bedtime.
Yeah.
We didn't have cable. We had 3 channels that you turn by hand.
Oh, yeah, we had that TV too.
Times, like, people would be flabbergasted with the shit that we've gone through in our era. And I've always said, like, old people have their thing. Everyone has their thing that they've gone through. And I never really thought we had our thing until now. It's just like, oh, God. Now we're those parents that are like, back in my day.
Dude.
We used to have to record songs from the
record at the same time.
Do you know what a floppy disk? Yes. A pencil.
Oh my God.
Pencil in the wheel.
Okay. How many of you out there? Cassette tape. Your favorite tape. Okay. They're expensive back then. They were like $18 a tape. And back in the 80s, that was like $60. So if your tape, when you pulled it out of your boombox and your boombox happens to be a piece of shit.
Ate it for breakfast.
And you're like, I hate this fucking thing. But you pull your tape out.
Do cassette surgery.
But you take it out. Yeah. Cassette surgery. you take it out so slow. Because you don't want to rip it, and then you're done.
You can't rip it. Yeah.
Also, you don't want to bend it, because if you bend it,
gentle. It alters the song.
Then so you got to be like, and you could get to the end, and then it just goes snap, and you just spent 20 minutes being like a fucking surgeon, and now your tape's broken, and you can't listen to Bon Jovi for the rest of the night. Fuck that. It was fun though. Now, how did you repair your tapes? If they didn't snap, though.
But in the wheel, you just turn it.
No, I know that. But did you ever just like have to like twist it to get it back on track?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you pull it all the way out so that it's straight and not kinked, and then you gotta.
Yeah.
What were we talking about yesterday though? Something about Blockbuster. Do you remember?
I don't know. Anything good's about Blockbuster. We can start anywhere talking about Blockbuster. We can start by. I used to work there. Did we talk about that? I worked there when Max was 6 months old. So I worked there so it would have been 1998 because Max was born in November. So yeah, there's pictures of me at 23 years old at Blockbuster, like behind the counter in my Blockbuster shirt. My friend Teresa, I'm still friends with her. She was my manager at the time, I think. But yeah, the Blockbuster days.
I loved having older siblings because they always worked at the places that...
the discounts.
Well, no, not even discounts. It's like, you're 8 years old and you want a rated R fucking Freddy Krueger series for the weekend. I'll let you do that because they knew my parents let me watch scary movies.
Yeah. You know what? And you gauge that too on your kid. You know whether your kid's going to be scared or not. Like last night, the girls, Jen's Brooklyn and her best friend Jessica. Because when we got our bunkhouse, we got it for Billy and Jack when they were small, and now the kids have grown up. We want. Jen's like, can Brooklyn and Jessica stay in the bunkhouse and have like a little like apartment, like just be by themselves at camp and have snacks, and they've got a big thing of water like they were going for a month. It was hysterical. I'm like, you guys got enough water? Are you sure?
Take the juice picture with the pork.
And actually, Jen's got the pictures. I sent to her, so she'll post them.
I can't wait.
But they put the LED lights on, so they said to me, they They said, Steph, in the golf cart, what's the scariest movie you've seen? We want to watch a scary movie. I'm like, all right. What do you want? You want gore and slasher
Because
film?
we were talking about scary
you want
movies last
80s,
night.
90s.
We were talking about Brooklyn knowing which movie we were watching with me and Mike. I was trying to send her in her room, be a responsible parent.
Cottage Springs? Oh, this is a shout out to you because I could not survive
Brooklyn,
a day in the summer without you.
Cooler room, babe, can you just grab us a little bit of ice, please?
Here, I'll fill it to there and
yeah,
then put ice.
Fabulous.
Cottage Springs, by the way, I am gonna hashtag them in this because I drink this every episode. This shit is so good. I can't have carbonation. Yeah. 0 sugar, 0 carbs. This shit's good. Ooh, thank you. I'm good.
Ooh, you're topped right up.
Yeah, I'm good. So we're just gonna tell the story about you guys not watching that movie last night because it was super cute.
Yeah.
So the girls asked me what
if they could have a slumber party in the bunkhouse,
and I'm like, well,
cameras,
of course.
It's safe. We all leave our bathrooms open. I was like, if you want to come home, our doors open.
Well, I actually told them the rules. I said, you have to be in that bunkhouse by 11 p.m. And if you need to go to the bathroom,
they
the back
were worried
doors...
about making s'mores and being back in time. I was like, look,
if you're coming from your mom's, it's okay. I just need to know you're not roaming around in the nighttime at 2 a.m. And I don't know where you are because when you're on our property, you belong to me.
Right.
So as long as your mom knows where you are, we're good.
Be home by 11.
That's
what
right.
else was there?
What else was there? It was be home by 11 and
the bathroom's open.
Oh, and the bathroom will always be unlocked at the back end of the trailer, but the front door will always be locked. So, and that's all I care about. That's it. So I said,
bring your snacks, bring your drinks, bring your fire stick. Which did you bring that home?
Perfect.
Okay. Bring the fire stick, watch some shows because they do get internet because she works from out there.
Right.
And I don't. So that's the beauty. When we do fire stick, it's usually for the hockey game. And we just hotspot because
or we watch Project Fear at my place because we just want to have a movie night or an internet night or whatever.
Yeah.
So I said to the girls, like, this is cool. They're gonna hang out.
They loved everything. There's 2 bombs.
So they said, I said, you want 80s slasher, gore, like Freddy Krueger, Jason. No, we want real scariest. Okay. Well,
scary where we can't sleep tonight or where we can't.
And for me, for a lot of people,
you'll never watch it again or something.
For a lot of people, this movie isn't scary for them. It wasn't even listed on like the scariest ever, and it might not be because Brooklyn has grown up with Haley watching scary movies, right? But for me personally, because it's a true story, or I don't like the fact that people could just—it's the strangers, by the way. So the fact that people could just bang on your doors. They get in and start doing whatever to your family, and when you ask why you're doing this, they just say because you were home.
Yeah.
That is mentally disturbing for me.
Yeah. You answered your door.
Right? You answered your door, so now I'm going to fuck with you for the next 8 hours.
Which is usually how it happens.
Right? And I can't...
Even serial killers.
I would rather be the victim of Ted Bundy, who didn't know who... Well, actually, not Ted Bundy. He was hot, though. Ted Bundy was hot. I mean, come on. Hey,
we love our serial killer.
We all would have fallen for Ted Bundy. Come on, listen. Ted Bundy comes up to your college, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go for a ride in my car?" Yes, I sure as fuck do.
I'm not coming home, am I? No, you're sure not. Okay, let's go.
But wait, it's 1970 something. Yeah, it's Ted Bundy.
Right.
This isn't the Night Stalker.
Hopefully they can't see my hairy legs.
Oh, dude, mine are way worse. You can braid the hair on my legs right now. They're so bad.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's hot out, and that's like. But you should put a little sunscreen, especially face, ears, nose, shoulder. Face, ears, nose, shoulder, at the trailer.
Oh, Michelle's got some in her bag. We should.
You don't have your base yet. Once you get a base, it's different. But Jessica, you should do one.
We should totally talk more about serial killers.
Oh,
it's fun right now.
Okay, so let's finish the scary movie.
Oh yes, after that,
and then let's go.
Yeah, no, about getting into that. So the girls were so cute. So I said, it's a true story. You were home. For me in my brain, because we have a house now, it's just always in the back of my mind. Like it's frightening to me.
Yeah.
And they've made others after that. I can't bring myself to watch them.
I watch them all. I
said to the girls this morning, I open the door, I knock. Brooklyn's hanging over. I'm like, okay, which scary movie did you guys watch? They're like, we didn't. And I said, well, what'd you watch? They're like, Ginny and Georgia. I said,
because before they came to your house, I started in on them about the scarecrows in your fucking
right. So it was your fault.
Where did they even come from? They just
scarecrows. Oh my god, that spider is so fast. He's gone.
Do you want to get him off?
No, he's on the back of the chair. I think he went to his nest. or what do you call it?
Awesome.
A web.
To his
His nest.
He's nesting.
He went to his spider nest
behind you. So
Um,
I saw.
yeah. So the girl said, I said, so did you start the strangers? They're like, yeah, that was it though. And I said, okay. So then I said to them today, I said,
It's
you
different
guys,
when you're alone.
right? But well, also, we've got scarecrows in our hill. Okay, the reason we have scarecrows in our hill is because we saw them on the side of the road one day driving into Alberta Beach, and I wanted to put them in the hill because at night they're super creepy.
They come alive
and
at
scare
night,
us.
right?
We'll come out of the
The
gazebo
hills
and I'm
alive.
like, Jesus fuck, what the fuck
They're
is
just
that?
watching you.
They're just there. One of their heads falls off. The head's in the bushes. Babe, we should put eyes in them that glow next weekend. That's actually a great idea. So we should move
really
them.
scare the shit out
Actually,
of them.
let's move the scarecrows because then they'll think that did they move from last weekend? I'm actually going to do that on Friday. So actually, you can do that when. Yeah. Anyway, so they had so much fun, and I said, so if you guys want to, you can stay in there next week. And Brooklyn's like, oh, we were going to. I'm like, it's totally fine because that's the whole reason we got that, and the kids have gone through their phase with it, and it's cute to see other girls put on the LED lights and I said,
Did you ever like camp in your backyard?
Of course. Well,
right?
not well. I don't
In
say
a
of course.
tent?
Maybe once.
My friend had a tent trailer, and that was the cat's ass.
My
to
mom's
us.
idea of camping was a
tented
5-star resort.
When we
didn't really do
upgraded
anything.
in the tent, we got the air mattress. That was high rolling. An
Yeah.
air mattress in a tent.
No, I wish we would have.
Our kids don't even know camping. Like, they are glamping.
There is something on
I
here.
know. It's
Oh, it's the spider.
yeah.
He was on his web. He was literally hanging from his like silk string.
So I don't know how.
Uh-oh.
I guess so. That's okay.
But yeah, so it was super cute. We'll see. I said you got to build your way up to the scary movie. They're like, yeah, and you know what? They will build their way up to that Strangers movie.
Oh yeah,
I know 100%. They will.
They love their scary movies. Brooklyn's been watching scary movies since she was little.
And
daily. I'm sure we've watched it with her. I'm sure that we have.
The very first one that came out like 20 years ago. But
we watched all of them. But the thing is, she was at home with us.
That's true, right? She's not sitting alone with her friend in a bunkhouse.
Alone.
Yeah.
Alone is the key word.
Right.
This fucking spider wants to just keep climbing on my leg.
Well, he likes you.
I don't like you.
Well, he's not
Skedaddle.
Yeah. Skedaddle, spider.
Skedaddle. I don't like you, bitch.
The chacho.
You just skedaddle.
Oh my god, that's such a funny word.
Who's your favorite serial killer then?
All right, let's see. Now, I love the Night Stalker because he was so random. He didn't care. He didn't stalk you. He just broke in and was like, I don't care that you're 80.
Or 10.
I don't, yeah.
13, I think.
I don't care. I'm going to do what it is. And I don't know, but I like cults too. You know, because it's fascinating to watch people be brainwashed. Like it's fucking.
It's fascinating because we know
scary.
that it can happen in any aspect of life, whether it's work or play or companionship with your partner. Like manipulation happens.
Dude,
get off of me.
Never heard your voice get that high of an octave before.
Fuck a duck, we gotta switch chairs.
Fuck a duck. Nest of spider. We gotta switch chairs. Yes, I would much rather the spiders crawling all over me.
Right.
I have a bad neck.
Maybe they'll cure them.
Because I'll be whipping it to the side to see what the fuck's on me. But I love Dahmer too, man. He was honest. Mm-hmm. If you think about watching the Dahmer tapes and listening to him talk, he was honest about why he did everything he did. Mm-hmm. He never lied.
Yeah.
He was honest. I wanted to see what he tastes like. He's not lying. You know? Who's your favorite?
Oh my gosh.
Who's yours?
I'm just intrigued by the thought process.
Right?
Like I always thought I wanted to be forensics or like some kind of
That's why Billy wants to do
things like that because I'm and I did too, ambulance driver, like until I realized what I might be rolling
Right.
up on.
The
As I got
PTSD is
older,
pretty
I
bad,
was like,
yeah.
I don't know that I could handle that. Only because I'm an empath and I feel
Yeah.
people's feelings, their pain, it's stupid. I could watch a show and like Teresa
I
and
cry
her
at The
husband
Voice,
are going to
Jen.
jail.
Somebody
and I'm
wins on The
crying,
Voice, I cry.
"Don't
Oh
score
my
me."
God, they got all 3 judges to turn around. This is amazing.
I know.
I'm the
Is
same
it
way. It's
depression?
ridiculous.
Is it? I have no idea what it is, but I sometimes
It's honestly, it's just emotion.
Yeah.
That's all. You know why? It's because we're happy for
a
them.
good cry feels great. But yeah, I often feel like I can feel their feelings in that moment, where like it's excitement or whatever it may be. But I always wondered. Oh, excuse me, that was right on the mic. They might have heard me belch. I had a beer before this, but I dropped it. This is who we are.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
No, I forgot what I was talking about.
You were talking about forensics.
Right. So I just, then I realized I couldn't do it because I didn't want to stumble up on like, oh, this is so-and-so's brother, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like I couldn't. The heart, my heart, being an empath, I just feel too much emotion to be able to do anything that important. Like
Yeah.
the police work, I don't know how they could do it. It's so hard. Ambulance drivers, like any first responders, the shit that they see, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I truly can't. Because we've rolled up on weird things, and it's like, whoa, we're not equipped to handle that. But never mind people that see it on a daily basis.
Right.
So
Yeah, I'm not even surprised, Billy. Like, she's just all about the adrenaline. Even when she was a toddler, she was jumping off shit. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, stop. And I never, in her kindergarten video, when you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? She's like, I'm going to be a spy.
Oh my
Of course
God.
you are. Of course you're going to be a spy.
Yeah.
Now she's almost 16. She wants to be a cop. Like, I'm not even a little bit surprised. And she wants to go into, like, forensics and detective work.
It is very interesting. That's where I'm going.
Fucking cool, man.
It intrigues me a lot because my brain, I know right from wrong. And I consciously make the choice to make right choices.
Some
because
people,
I feel like everything's
some people in those serial killer moments, they know right from wrong. They just, like Elaine Warnos, who killed all those Johns when she was hooking.
Do they not feel remorse or nothing though? Like,
I don't know.
How do you rob a bank? How do you rape a woman? How do you?
But that's why
stab a man?
But that's why she didn't have any feelings after she killed the guys that she was with, because she was treated and raped so badly as a child and growing up as a sex worker that's why she turned and started killing her Johns. It's because she'd had enough of men abusing her. Right. So she knows right from wrong. 100% she does. She's just had enough.
Her wrongs.
She's had enough. She's done with men mistreating her. Yeah. And that's what it is. You've seen Monster, hey?
We all have our breaking point.
Monster's such a good movie. Like Charlize Theron did a great job in that movie. That movie was amazing.
That's funny. That's something Lorianne said to me today. She's like, instead of saying like someone's a mean mom, try stepping back and just taking a look into their life. Like maybe they're just barely hanging on.
Yeah, for sure.
Like maybe they just need a moment and they don't have that. Like we don't know what other people are going through. We have no idea what's happening. Mental health is at an all-time high. I know for me and within my family, we've struggled with it. Depression, anxiety, social, like it's hard for people to socially interact nowadays. Back in the day, you could just tell a kid, go to the park and say, tag, you're it, and off they go. Right. You know what I mean? It's not so easy anymore. But you go into an elevator, everyone's on their phones. It's like, I'm always the person that's like, nobody fart. Like, I have to break the ice. I have to, like, stop for 1 minute in your day, get off your device, and fucking because that's how you used to do. Like, you break the awkward silence with something.
I once said in an elevator, I bet you're wondering why I've gathered you all here today. I said that at the Stollery when Billy was sick.
That's a good one, too.
Isn't that funny?
What are you doing with ice? Free ice.
We're just playing outside.
Free melting
perfect.
ice.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, put it in the cooler. Thanks, girls.
That's so
you look
cute.
Oh, those jeans are so big, you had to tie them tighter.
But yeah, it's
No, you're not. No, you're not. Thanks.
Not dressed like that.
Yeah.
Not
yeah, it's okay. Love you. Have fun. Have you heard from your mom, Jess? You're still good to go? Okay, awesome. Have fun, girls. Love you.
That's what's so great out here is
it.
they come, they check in. Here's some ice. We found it.
Are you hungry? Are you thirsty?
Yeah.
Are you good to go?
It's like the 80s.
Well, and everyone's like, what do you mean you're not on a lake? You're not lakefront. And I was like, I didn't want lakefront. I do not want to have to worry about water 24/7 with children. Show it up there.
We would have to walk to the road, though.
Yeah, you can't be late.
That's far, babe.
Sandra, the girl that got me out here, my family member, they walked into Alberta Beach one time. They're like, it's not that far.
Walk to Alberta Beach?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
They did it. They did
We need to get one of those medical scooters you can drive on the sidewalk.
They had them up.
Mhm.
Just made it back.
They made it there. A few potty breaks in the ditch, which we do when we're camping,
Well,
right?
I'll do that on the side of the road driving to Calgary. I don't care.
Right. And you said you went by our little water area and it's receding for the record.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned it before about the river that we found. That's the most beautiful, clear, yummy lake. I don't know anything yummy, but
delicious. We pee in it.
Right, with beautiful like sand. It's like Mexico in some points. When we drove by about 3 weeks ago, the water was as high as where we walked down our little dirt stairs to go to our beach. But now when we went to Barhead yesterday, it's receded. And it's receding far enough back that it's going back to that island so that the people will be able to jump off the... But, we never noticed it before because we've never seen it in early spring.
No.
This is all new to us, that little spot, and I want to keep it that way.
I know.
Don't ask us where our spot is.
We will not be pinging that location.
The only way you get to know the spot is if you come to camp and hang out with us for a weekend and you happen to be here on a weekend, we go to the spot.
Right.
Like Jolene,
and
Andy, and Andrea, they get to go to the spot.
Crispy.
They get to go to the spot.
It's so fabulous. And then your friend randomly showed up.
So Cheryl's been there. Yeah. She was so good with Jaden and the kid. Buddy, I'm going to walk with you across that river. And Cheryl walked with him. He was so scared, and Cheryl loves kids. When we're in Vegas, I could be walking, thinking I'm talking to Cheryl, and I'll look over, and it's some random guy. I'm like, what the fuck? I've been talking to you for like 30 seconds. Where's Cheryl? Back talking to her kid, or found a dog. She's gone. Like, where is she? Oh, fuck. And then I'll get to the table. Where's Cheryl? She saw a toddler that also had a dog. We'll see her in about an hour. She loves kids so much.
I love that.
Crazy. Oops. So clumsy. No, yeah. I don't know, but she loves kids, man, and they love her.
Little Mexico hat chilling out, and Michelle's like tanned.
I know, I love them.
Getting
Emma's
her
in that
tan
hat.
on. Haley's getting her tan on.
Emma's floating Mexico hat.
Nova's trying to hide in the
Yeah, you do have a white one.
Where she just taps the water.
The videos are hilarious. It's freaking warm.
It's beautiful.
It's so nice to have a blue sky today.
It's the best day we've had all weekend. That's why I was like, Kate, does anyone have to be home early? Because we may just hang out here for the day.
And honestly, as soon as I woke up, I'm like, because I know Emma just has to get her fruit. Her fruit and stuff. Thankfully, I don't have to make her eggs today. I actually make them for myself now, too. So I'm trying to keep Emma on a high-protein diet. So I make these eggs. I put 8 eggs in a bowl. I put peppers, cheese, and I buy that thick ham, and I cut it into chunks, like thick chunks like that. And I just pour it all into a silicone bread mold. And it's about this thick when it's done. Cheese, everything, green onion. And then I cut it into slices. I get about 8 to 10 slices out of it, depending on how many eggs I use. And then I get the keto wraps. And once the eggs are cool, I slice the eggs, and they're these about this big, little square pieces of egg. And then I wrap them in the rack, and I put her salsa separate, and then she has her breakfast burritos every day.
Cute.
But
that's a great idea.
We were talking about that for you and your lunches because it's with the chicken salad.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy on Sundays. It takes 10 minutes to prepare this. Last Sunday, Billy did it while I was doing her other, making dinner. So I said, okay, we got to do Emma's eggs. I cut up her cantaloupe because Emma works 14 hours a day. I don't expect her to do any of this. That's the reason I do this for her. Is she doesn't need to do this. I have time. I'm going to do it. I'm an old school wife that way. It's just how I am. It's just who I am. My mother's the same way.
That's okay.
I'm going to make her lunches. You know what I mean? So I cut them up, and she's getting 10 grams of protein just out of the wrap alone. She's getting probably 50 grams of protein from just the slices of egg. And she got her salsa. So she has, I mean, her breakfasts are like maybe 1 gram of protein. And she has her shake. So she's maintained her weight. Like yeah, it's very good. And I eat the eggs too because I fucking love eggs. Do you not love eggs? I don't get people that don't love eggs. I mean, I can guess why you don't like eggs. Billy hates eggs.
Haley, Brooklyn sometimes. She likes dunkable, but she'll like dunk all the yolk and then she'll throw away the egg.
Okay, so you like, hang on. So you like a fried egg or a scrambled egg? You don't like the yolk?
She doesn't like the slime. Yeah.
That's the same as me. Yeah. As long as I don't have a yolk. See, I can't dunk my eggs. My eggs have to be fully cooked. I don't want to see a yolk. I don't want to see a run. No, that's disgusting.
We don't do sloop. We do over easy.
I don't want
snotty egg.
That's such a nasty.
That is what it looks like.
I know. And I can't eat them.
I can't do snot eggs. They have to be over easy.
So fucking gross. Fried, omelet, scrambled. Otherwise,
eat what you like. I don't care. But
no, for sure. Yeah, I can't. No. But Emma, when we went to Barhead yesterday, because when we woke up, that's what she said. She's like, "Let's go to Barhead." I'm like, "Okay." And she's like, "We can find a cute little breakfast place because when we go to small towns, we love to find a cute little breakfast or lunch place." That's right. So we found, I think it was called the Prairie Chef or the Prairie Home. They've been there for quite some time. But Emma got to order her little dunkable eggs. And you know what's funny? I would make them for her, but I don't know how. Because I've never eaten them. My whole Michelle's face. My mother's probably like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" Because I only eat scrambled, fried, or omelet. I've never had to make dunk eggs before, so I truly don't know how to make them. Okay, well then you can make Emma dunk eggs next Friday morning, Michelle.
The worst is trying to make over easy and it breaks. And then you're like, "God damn it, guess someone's getting a fried egg."
No, I get really mad when I make an omelet and it doesn't flip properly. Oh boy, do I get pissed off. That pisses me off so hard.
Speaking of omelets, my favorite place to have an omelet is in a tropical destination. Like that omelet bar.
When they make them at the...
And if you don't tell them 1 or 2 eggs, they'll do at least 3.
When we were in Mexico, so I'm sure we told you guys this when we crashed their family vacation.
Yeah. It was back in our shitty audio era though.
Yeah.
So
we can actually talk about it again because there's a lot of stories we didn't finish from this anyway that people wanted to hear. I think my sister's thing. She's like, "You didn't finish telling the Mexico stories." I'm like, "I don't even remember the Mexico stories." So
we were so nervous though.
Yeah. So we'll just start it from the beginning. Actually, you explain your family trip and why you guys didn't go and blah, blah, blah. And then we can go in after that.
So Mike's parents gifted all the kids and grandkids and spouses a trip to Mexico with like some inheritance money. They just wanted to take everyone they love on a trip. It was a Hofstra holiday.
Yeah.
And I travel with the kids often. I have since they were little, like 2 and 5, 3 and 6. I don't know. That's when 2009. So 6 and 3. Haley was 6. I took them to Disneyland. And I vowed every year, even if I was single, I was going to travel with my kids because it's important to me.
Yeah.
It could be to Mexico to see family, and not Mexico, to BC to see family, to Saskatchewan to see family. It could be to the mountains. Like, I love going to the mountains, Drumheller, the zoo in Calgary. We were talking about going back there.
Yeah.
All the things. Life for me is about memories and making those memories. And, like, tomorrow's not promised, so I'm always just like, you can make more money, but you can't make more time. Like, time is a gift you can give someone that is no cost, but you can't get it back.
Yeah.
So that's why we're never late. We're all the same. Like, your time is valuable. We're not going to be late. We're not going to.
Yeah.
So I vowed always just to take the kids on holidays every single year. So this year, Mike and them wanted to come with us. His parents are like, "Well, we'll all come. The sister, the niece, nephew, all of us, the whole family."
But you have to explain why the trip was delayed because of COVID. Like
COVID. So we were supposed to go in 2020.
Right.
But then COVID happened, and so we didn't go till 2023?
Yeah, something like that.
So it was delayed 4 years because it was bought for us in 2019.
Right. So they had it planned for years already. Then we heard about it.
Yeah, and they were like, we want to come, and we're like, come.
Can we come on your family vacation of 10?
We're everybody's welcome. Always. If you're waiting for an invite, you're not going to get it because it's
fun.
open invite. And that's one thing is hard for people to understand. They're like, I wasn't invited to this or I wasn't invited to that. Most times plans are spur of the moment. They happen fast. And it's just like whoever's around and or it's open invite. Come anytime. You know what I mean? You know we're traveling. And Mike's cousin did that once. We went to St. Lucia and he's like, I want to come. We're like, come. So he rented or like bought his own hotel room and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And came with us, did the excursions with us and whatnot. But
it was just so funny because
we did family pictures.
They had their family pictures, and Emma and I are standing back like at the beach, and they're like near the water, and they're all like doing their posing, and Emma are like, "This is awesome!" I'm like, "Yay!" And they're like, "Come on!" And we're like, "No,
get in here, your family."
And they're like,
on.
"Get in here." We're like, "No," and they're like, "Get the fuck in here." We're like, "Ah,
no choice."
So me and Emma on the back, we're just like,
it's so cute. I love them though.
It's super cute, but that's what I'm looking forward to. Like, so yeah, Mexico was actually fun. It was mine and Emma's first time at an all-inclusive. So we had never done it before. We didn't know what to expect. Was it your first time
out of Canada or just all-inclusive?
Oh, no, just all-inclusive.
Okay.
I mean, I've been to Vegas 30
Right,
times.
True enough. Yeah, and you did Death Valley and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just
and I went to Mexico for gastric sleeve.
Holiday. Right.
So I've been in Mexico. It was just Tijuana to get my stomach come out of my body. I had never been on a fun trip. Actually, that was a fun trip. I'm not
from the butthole of your belly.
Okay, you guys, it's true. Look, anyone that's had gastric sleeve, I made a joke. I was looking at my scars earlier from laparoscopic procedures, of which I've had a few. Okay, so I've had gastric sleeve. I've had I had a DNC after Max was born. I had my placenta. They missed part of my placenta when they pulled it out of my uterus. So I actually ended up hemorrhaging and was passing blood clots about this big after Max was born. It was bad. Like I almost died. It was like almost blood. It was very fucking bad. So anyway, after Vinny was born, I had the DNC, or after my gallbladder attack. So I was looking at my scars and I was like, can't see this anymore. So you got the 3 belly button, this one and this one. I'm sure there's another one over here too, though. I just couldn't find it. But I was just looking at how well they healed, and you couldn't see them. They just looked like a mosquito bite or whatever.
Yeah.
Not even. But I realized when they pulled my stomach out of my belly button and they pulled my gallbladder, you shit out of your asshole. Your belly button's the asshole of your stomach. You pull stuff out of it. I had to excrete stuff they took it out of my belly button. Think about it for a minute. Michelle I'm not wrong. Am I wrong? Would they open up your belly button to pull out part of your organs? That is the asshole of your stomach. Okay?
Very interesting face. Emma can't keep her eyes open.
That's okay. She's having a nap in the sun. Look how cute in her little hat.
Right?
Aww.
Perfect.
Right? But I realized it made me laugh, like, because of surgery, it can be so non-invasive now.
Yeah.
The fact they can pull organs out of your fucking belly button, it's the asshole of your stomach.
Yeah.
I hope that
They're
goes viral.
They're taking more awareness to placement and aftercare and, like, you know, before they didn't give a shit. Like, I'm just going to cut you open from tits to ass.
Right, when they would do, like gallbladder surgery from here fucking straight down.
Yeah. It is what it is. This is what I got to do. I don't care.
It's crazy shit, man. But yeah, it's just how technology's advanced when it comes to that. Like, I've been under so many times. I know so many people that after I had gastric sleeve went and got it themselves. I'm not going to say so many. It was 2. Okay, let me take that back. But you get questions. What's it like? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a mind fuck. Okay, like the whole procedure itself in Tijuana was amazing.
I've heard that. I've heard good things about it.
The people were amazing. The hotel was 5-star. I mean, the care we got, you had nurses every hour if you needed them. Food was so good. Like, I have nothing to complain about going to Tijuana for this. And people are scared, rightly so. They're selling organs everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what but it's true, man. You know. But it was a really good experience. And if you do it here, and the reason I went to Tijuana to begin with is because if you do it at home, they make you go through psychological counseling.
It's a longer wait
It's
time.
it's like a 5-year fucking thing.
Yeah.
Emma was gonna do it, and she's like, "Fuck this," you know what I mean? But that's maybe where when you come back, it is the mind fuck. My brain still wants to eat.
Yeah.
But now I had it in 2018, so it's 2020, so 7 years. I now know, like, I just stop eating. But when I go to a restaurant or something and it's served to me wrong, I don't like mean to be like snippy, but when you can only have 3 bites of something fresh and hot,
You want it perfect.
I want it fresh and fucking hot the way I want it. And I don't try to be mean.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah.
But if they push back, you know, or can I eat off the kids menu? Why do you care if I eat off the kids menu? I'm still taking it in. I'm still taking it in a to-go container. I can still only have 3 or 4 bites.
Right.
It doesn't matter what I pay for.
I'm not trying to save money.
No,
I'm trying to
not.
save my tummy.
And also, I don't want food in my fridge for 5 days because it's too much fucking food and now it's gone bad or it's soggy or it's not going to reheat well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just annoying. But I've learned to live with it. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, sometimes it still happens, but not a big deal, whatever. But fuck. I don't know. What else you got?
I was just listening.
Oh, no, I just realized I've been talking for a long time.
Though?
Honestly, it was my first week back to work. It was my first time I got let loose alone on the phone. So yeah, you guys knew I started a new job with the government.
Yep.
The Alberta government, not federal. But yeah, it was my first week on the phones by myself. And actually, I was so nervous. They're like, "We're gonna let you go," and I was like, "You know, I've been in call centers for 30 years. I don't even know why I always get nervous. Yeah. I don't like sounding or looking stupid
because you want to do well,
right? And that's it. And I'm competitive, and I want to know the material that I'm talking about,
right?
But once I took that first call, and I realized my job is to navigate people through the website, so I just have to pull it up,
and do it with them,
That's it.
Easy.
That's all that I do. We're a login protocol.
Yeah.
If they need something, if you need your baby's birth certificate, I transfer you. Do you know what I mean? But once I I took my second call and I actually messaged my trainer. I went, "Oh, well, I don't know what my problem was." Because I know how to talk to people. That's not my problem.
That's me too.
I want to make sure I know the content that I'm speaking about. And I don't want to say anything wrong to anyone that they have to call back and go, "Oh, well, didn't I just talk to you and you gave me the wrong information?" I am not about that.
I've done that where I've sent someone away with the forms that the doctor filled out, but then I didn't take my copy of it because I forgot. And I was like, "Can you come back? I need copies of those." Like, I get it now, but it's the first few times.
It's frustrating.
It's okay to make mistakes, you know what I mean? And admit them. For me, like, I'm going on 3 months.
Oh, shit.
3 months on Thursday.
Do you get benefits?
Benefits will kick in. I don't even know what that looks like, but Mike has great benefits, so
that's true,
we'll be covered both ways. But I think it's cool, and like, really, you only have till Thursday to fire me.
So you're still enjoying it?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and you're not regretting taking this job and missing your summers out here?
Well, that I'm
part of you obviously is going to regret it.
I
miss that I still don't work out here. You know, you're going to regret part of it, but at the end of the day, the summer has to end.
Even today,
you still want that job.
Why can't I stay out tonight? Well,
right?
No, because now I got to work.
But at the end of the day, our summer's limited. Do you still want that job in October?
I do.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
And that's the difference.
I really do.
Right? That's the difference.
So benefits will kick in.
That's exciting.
And then I should be able to get stat pays and stuff like that. But I was like, that went so fast because I still feel so new.
Me too.
I'm always like, I'm new, bear with me, or I'm new, I don't know the rules. Like, I often, because even like anytime someone says something to me and I'm like, I don't know, I'm just learning. Like, I'm still learning, you know?
I still say that, and I'm like,
you guys, though,
it's a constant
but you're learning every day, and that's the thing. You're not, just because you've hit your 3-month mark or your 6-month mark or your year mark. Like, I work with a guy that's been with the government of Alberta for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And he's putting in teams. What's the answer to that? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're learning the fundamentals of what it is in the business that we're in or whatever it is we're doing. But we're never going to know everything.
There's always going to be the things that come up.
That's right. Every day, you know, our manager asked a question. Somebody gave her the answer. She's like, "Oh, I never thought of that." But that's the thing, right? Yeah. That's why you are part of a team. That's why I love working from home again or from the office again. Yeah, and
always, like,
it's...
If I'm on the phone and I need something, I can...
That's right. And what I learned
Teams is a platform.
Teams is like where you can all connect together.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Messenger for work.
A business, really. Okay.
But I was all worried if somebody's going on at me, and I was like, they're like, you need to not stress. Like, you can put the call on hold. Whereas my other call center jobs, everything's time. I'll get a message. I see you've been on a call for 9 minutes. Do you need help? How about you stop fucking micromanaging me and shut the fuck up and let me do my job and talk to this client?
Yeah.
And I didn't say no names, okay? But I'm just saying.
If I needed help, I would have asked for help.
That's right.
Yeah.
And for people that work in a call center, and I'm going to fucking shout this out to all the women and men that work in call centers, and I'm going to hashtag it too on TikTok.
Yeah.
This shit is not fucking easy. We are so abused. So abused. I can't even tell you how. And the last one I had was just, I mean, listen, it was, I loved it, but God, the abuse, it's not, no one should have to put up that abuse. But where I am now, I'm allowed to say no and disconnect if I need to. Whereas other call center jobs, they don't give a shit. You got to sit and take it and do whatever they want. No, it's not right. Is someone...
No, I'm looking at all the names engraved in this chair. And
I wasn't paying attention.
There's a queue here, so I was like, is this my queue? Is whose queue plus? I'm trying to figure out if someone carved a name in the chair. This fucking here. It was fucking on me again. This bitch. We really got to switch chairs, man.
I'm not switching to your spider chair. Screw you and your spider chair. Yeah, fuck that.
Jeez, where? I thought I felt that bitch, and I was like, no way, you're paranoid. Nope, he's back. Back again. Oh my God. Spider's back. Tell a friend. Oh my God, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Oh my God.
Can you guys hear that? I hope you can see it.
We tried to, you might be just getting nothing but spare tire belly, but...
No, I actually think you can hear and see the waterfall in the back. Haley, can you see it from where you're sitting? Then they can see it.
You can see it.
Yeah.
We thought this was
just so pretty.
Place
and these little surfboard chairs.
Until we realize there's spider beds.
And the realize I have never gotten up is because once I get in these, I'm done till I get up. That's the end of it. They're hard to get out of. And I've been in way too much pain to like get in and out of these chairs.
Me too, it's nuts. With my fucking now wonky feet.
Oh my God.
I was like, you're not even.
You fell out.
I was like, you're not, because like
your trailer's dangerous. I'm not coming out of that door ever again.
So they made those.
Are you sure something didn't push you out?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I don't want to. I'm not even going in that fucking front door anymore. I think you guys are being deliberately pushed out.
No, I stepped out onto a thing, but yeah, like it's the same one Haley fell out of and fell down. Broke her foot. Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. Well, I think. Look.
Yeah, what time is it?
Oh my God. Yeah, we're well over an hour.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is.
I think we're good.
We gotta wrap up and clean up
and clean up and it's our Sunday, so we gotta
school tomorrow still.
School tomorrow.
Work tomorrow.
One more week and school's out.
This was the Sundays that I would stay and be like, you can skip school tomorrow.
Yeah. If the kids have exams,
it. We actually got a letter on Friday from the teacher that was like, school these last 2 weeks are so important due to exams,
yeah, okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Please try and make sure your child's...
Yeah. Can I just take my child to the school of life instead? Because they're really not learning anything with you. But I get it. I got the same email. It's very important that they're there.
If you have a test that day, absolutely. Go to school, write your test. But if you don't have a test, who gives a shit? Like, I don't know. I do travel with my kids once a year. Or I try to, but it's been tough these last few years. So if I want to take a day here or there and let my kids miss a day, they go to school every day. I'm not saying that.
Not only that, though, they can't tell us when we can put our kids in another school. It's not a law.
Yeah.
They can't come and say, your kid wasn't in school yesterday. Fuck you. I took my kid to school because I wanted to.
Excessive missed days is no, but we've seen this through the years of the kids growing up where the cops do get involved if they miss too many days because it's in their eyes child neglect. They need to be getting some kind of education, but
it's all online now. They don't do
It
that
can
now,
be.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
When I went to Vegas, the kids stayed home because they had no way to get to school.
Yeah.
So they went to their teachers and asked them to give them all online work, which they actually did do.
Perfect.
They don't have to be there. I won't press them, and they're almost done. Jack graduates next year. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to be a plumber.
A plumber.
He said,
he's got to gain some weight for that role.
well, you know what he said? He goes, Mama, I've decided what I want to do. Because our whole family's in the trades. His dad's a flooring installer. My parents are builders and now truckers, long haul truckers at that. And Jack goes, I picked a trade. I said, wicked, buddy. What is it? He goes, plumber. That's right. He goes, I'll have my apprenticeship in 4 years, then I can have my own business because I don't want to listen to anybody else. I said, that's right, my boy. You do not want to listen to anybody else.
That's what Quincy wants to do too.
Not stuck in a fucking cubicle for the rest of your life. And no offense to my job, okay? No offense to my job. I'm a call center worker and I love my job.
Yeah.
But it is hard. I'm not going to fucking lie. No. You're chained to a fucking
retail is hard too because when they want what they want and they're wrong, they're right, you're wrong, like all the things.
Yeah, it sucks. But, oh well. Well, I got to pee anyway, so let's wrap this up.
Yes.
You guys, this was great. I hope you loved this episode by the Waterfall. Cheers. Peace out.
See you next week.